Hey guys, one of the biggest things we're going to work on during our winter golf game plan with our full swing is figuring out what our pattern is and how we can make it one dimensional, right? Now, I listened to a conversation from Brooks Koepka and his coach earlier, and one of the things that they try to do in their practice sessions and then on the course as a result is they try to take Brooks's game and hit one shot all the way around the golf course. They're trying to develop a go-to shot that he can rely on and pretty much maneuver his way around an entire golf course hitting just that one shot, right? Why would they do that? You know, obviously Brooks Koepka is one of the best ball strikers in the world, so chances are he can hit any shot in the bag that he wants to, right? Low, medium, high, draw, fade, slice, whatever you want to see, you name it, right? He can probably pull it off. So why would him and his coach want to make their game as one-dimensional as possible? Well, it comes down to repeatability, right? The more confident you are in your swing and the results that it produces, and the more trust you have in the ball flight that you're going to hit, the more confident you can play and the closer you're going to hit the ball to the hole, right? Basically, it comes down to figuring out and knowing where your ball is going to go more times than not, right? By hitting one repeatable shot over and over, you're able to eliminate the big misses. And like I said, you're going to gain more confidence in knowing where your ball is going to go. All right, let's take a look at this right here. So here I've hit two shots. Those I would say are my two most common misses, right? Those are the two ends of my pattern. And it has to do a lot with the club face, which we'll talk about later on. But basically, right, my path is always a little bit to the left. It's a little bit outside in, which means that depending on where the club face is, right, my ball is either going to start a little left and then draw a smidge because I'm getting on top of it with the face shut a little bit, or I'm going to hit the high kind of fade. This one faded a lot, right, where the trajectory gets up, the face is a little bit open, so that ball's going to end up curving to the right, right? Now, when I'm playing, I would prefer to hit the fade every single time because it's way more, for me, it's way more controllable. It's a little bit more consistent, and I get a little bit better strikes with it as well, right? So, when I'm working on my game, I'm trying to really focus on where the club face is at to get me a repeatable pattern, right? Now, a lot of this for me, especially these two shots right here, comes from knowing what the two shots that I'm most prone to hitting are, right? It comes down to knowing what your pattern is, and we'll dig into that in a little bit in the next lesson. But, just kind of looking at it, if I was setting up for the fade and I hit the draw, that's a sizable 15-yard miss. That could miss a green, depending on how aggressive my target was. That could be off, short-sided in a bunker or even in a hazard, depending on, again, like how aggressive I was trying to be with that shot. So knowing your pattern, knowing how consistent you are with your pattern, and as a result, giving yourself the confidence to hit certain shots is really dependent on knowing your game, getting your game one-dimensional, especially when we're going tee to green. Right? It's really important to have that shot that you have trust in. It's super important. So in the next couple lessons, we're going to talk about the different components that form your pattern, especially for each individual player. There's a lot of different patterns, right? We're going to take a look at the different components of that. And then finally, we're going to talk about how to apply that to your game on the golf course. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening to the introduction. Now let's go ahead and dig in a little bit deeper.